I bought these AI glasses. These are the Meta Ray-Bans Generation 2. I tried them out for about a week now. I wore them almost every day. And honestly, I think just by themselves, they are fine. You can make photos, you can take videos, you can do a bunch of things. They are connected to your phone. They are a little bit gimmicky, I would say, to be honest. If I'm like very direct here. But I think everything really changed when you start building your own apps for those. I just built an app and there will be a live demo as well coming, so really stay tuned. I will do better than Meta themselves, I promise. Everybody really talks about right now in the current scape, hey, are they worth buying or not? Mostly from a consumer standpoint. And this is not what this session is about. I've been in XR for 10 plus years now, working with most of these like big tech companies, Meta, Google, Snap, all of these guys, big enterprise customers and also startups. And I think this is really where there's a huge untapped opportunity right now, especially because there's almost nothing out there. After this one, you will understand, okay, why is everybody putting like billions and billions into this? So I want to start this with a baseline first, because maybe you don't know anything about these glasses yet. I want to talk about them like kind of like out of the box experience from the consumer perspective. Again, you have this case. It really just feels like wearing normal glasses. Like these weigh pretty much the same as normal glasses. I can talk to AI agents or like AI assistants, Meta AI, for example, and that is like really covering the basics. I can take calls, I can do a bunch of things. The speakers are there pretty good, so there's like a really lots of interesting things going on there. And the main benefit or like reason that I see for those, at least right now, from the consumer perspective, it's kind of like seamless and it's convenience, because you forget you are having technology with you. That makes sense. Like you don't have to actively pull out your phone to take a call, to do something, to ask something, to make a photo, to make a video. It's really just like with you. I think that is kind of like what it's maybe also the selling point for those. For me, this is not good enough to justify paying $500 for those, to be honest. So you hit the ceiling really fast because the AI, the built-in AI is quite limited. Like there was some strange things that's not integrated into your workspace, at least at the moment. I can't be like, hey, have something, make a photo, send it to my Notion right away, or like just have a conversation, be like, okay, let's save this into Notion. I can't even save the stuff that I have on my phone on the Meta AI app, at least at the moment. So I think like that is where you hit the limitation really fast if you're just using them by themselves. Fortunately, there is the developer SDK now coming out, which is the Device Access Toolkit SDK, so DAT SDK. Super good. I love using it. I tested it out already. But just to go one step back, from the consumer perspective, I think they are nice as a product, kind of like prosumer. If you're like an enthusiast, you want to try it out, I think that's not too bad. Kind of interesting. And the seamless factor is nice. There's like almost no weight distribution issues, none of that. I think they look good. In general, it's pretty cool. Really, I think the interesting part is now the opportunity with building on top of that. It's not just Meta, there's like a bunch of other companies now joining the race. There's the Ray Neo 3s, as far as I know, with a display as well. HTC just launched their glasses. Google is now pushing something. The spectacles are also coming out, or like Snap is coming out with some consumer devices as well. So there's a lot of momentum happening. It's really something that you can actually decide what hardware manufacturer you want to go with. And right now, on the development side of things, the way that you want to see this, like you have the video stream on this side, exactly, you have the video stream, and then you have the audio stream. The cool thing is you can then hook this up with any of your tools as that you want. And I think that is where it kind of like gets custom to you. Bear with me. Very simple app. I built this in, I don't know, 2 hours, something like this. Super simple. It actually solves a genuine thing. And that was really important to me. I didn't want to have the 700th type of app where it's like, hey, what am I seeing? And then it describes what you see. That is like the case that you see all the time. And I wanted to build something that it has to have something that is not already possible. It has to be connected to my personal digital workspace, which is also really important. And it has to be something that somehow has some genuine value. The thing that I built is, I think I called this CalorieSnap. So basically you take any food, like these nuts, or I have this one, I have a yogurt, all of those things. You can basically then just snap it with your glasses. It scans it and then say, hey, this is an apple. It breaks down the calories and everything, which is nice. And you can basically save it very, very, very seamless into a food log. I already did this a couple of years ago when I was cutting with my phone, of course. Like, okay, just typed in everything. And this was already a pain in the ass. This was already annoying, like being like, okay, I type this all the time. So the way that this works, I'm gonna share my desktop now, my other screen. And on this, I will share what I see on my phone. Because again, these glasses, there's nothing to see because they don't have a display. So of course, all of the visible stuff right now will be on the phone. Of course, with the next devices, you will have it in your vision as well. But for now, bear with me, we will have it on the phone. All right, so first of all, I need to connect my glasses. I'm going here. So this will now bring me to the Meta AI app. I can check it because that's my own app, so no problem here. So now they are connected, and now I need to access the camera feed of my glasses. So I go and click on Start Camera, and I only have to do it one time, by the way. I just wanted to show you the real experience, how this looks, so that you kind of know, okay, how does this work back and forth and everything. Only do the setup once. I purposefully disconnected my glasses because otherwise you see everything working. So always allow, that is fine. Now it's confirmed. And then, cool, let's start with the, I don't know, with the apple. So I'm holding the apple in front of me, that's my glasses. I also have a voice recognition, but I don't want to embarrass myself now if the voice recognition is not working. So I'm just gonna, you see here the interface, I'm just gonna tip snap. This now made a photo, you can see it. I hope it only detects the apple, not all of the other stuff. Yes, medium apple, you can see it, right? So now the juicy, like this is all okay, that's not too bad actually. But I think the interesting part is now, if I save this to my daily log, cool, I ate an apple today. Nice. You see the beautiful thing here, synced to Notion. And this is, I think it's where it gets genuinely valuable because now it's connected to my own workspace. You can see here the daily log. I ate a lot of apples, as you can see with my testing. You can even see the time and everything. So there's like a bunch of little details I've added. I've added like the days also. Here in February, I had a lot of muesli, I had a lot of cereal, for example. I had some blueberries. Nice, not too bad. Let me go back here. So yesterday I didn't eat anything. I didn't track anything. But the cool thing is I want to show you now. Let's actually snap another thing just to see that it's also working. I don't know. I will just take the protein bar now. So there we go. Snap another. I'm going to snap the protein bar here. There we go. It now has the protein bar. Hopefully, yes. It even detects the brand, which is so freaking cool. And also, let me just see. The calories are not 100% correct, but it's not too bad. Again, not too bad for a 2-hour little demo. So I'm gonna save this to my daily log as well. And now the really juicy part, I can also, by the way, change some of these values. Then there's no way this is only 19 grams. Let's say this is like 25. Okay, cool. Yeah, the UX is not the best. Done editing. There we go. So now what I want to show you, like this actually said sync to Notion. So I will now, there we go. You just saw right now the apple and the protein bar that I've scanned. So this is actually direct going into my space, which is pretty freaking cool. For me at least, again, for a very little demo. Like think about this, how this evolves. Like that's not the sales pitch actually. It's really like one little example. One of the selling points with those glasses is the convenience and the speed of like just doing things. Because for me, you could also build this with the phone, and that's also why this is a very simple example. And this leads me to the next section that I want to talk about. So the other thing that I want to show you, anybody who's of course technically interested, how are all of these individual pieces communicating? So first of all, we have the hardware layer. So that of course are the glasses. On this one, we have the speakers, we have the Bluetooth connection, the microphone, the video stream that is coming out. On top of that, we have the SDK, the OS layer. So this is the device access toolkit SDK that we talked about, and then some iOS SDKs as well, like the audio, the speech recognition. I didn't try the speech recognition because again, I didn't want to risk everything now because that would be looking too embarrassing. And then the in quotes main part of the app is the app logic layer. So in this case, this was the food log, saving the food log to the different views, having the capturing, having the changing, like all of the in quotes actual app logic. Once a photo is taken, this actually, and this is again just stuff that I wanted to test. It's not that that is the ultimate only thing that you can do with these glasses. I want to see something that the glasses cannot do by themselves. I think that is an important thing. Like if you just buy these glasses, this will not be working because it will definitely not connect to your Notion. At least right now it will not. For me, that was an interesting thing. Again, now I can kind of like figure out, okay, what is something that I actually need later on as well. So this one, as soon as you take a photo, it sends it to Claude. We get all of the analysis back, then saves it on the device as well. You could see this with like the last couple of days on the food I tracked. And then the last thing is also the Notion API. So this was then hooked up into my personal Notion space to also add the layers there as well. And these are things that phone apps currently, or some of those at least, don't do really. For me, like for my training apps, when I have my workout saved, it doesn't have all of this seamless integration with all of the layers and want to have it. Like for me, for example, I want to connect pretty much everything into my Notion. For me personally, like Notion runs my entire life. They have an API, which is awesome. So I want to connect, I don't know, my sleep data if I want to, or any of the other type of things into my Notion workspace, and then can I optimize there. I can have my own diagrams. I can do whatever the hell I want to, and so on and so on. I think that is kind of like the layer where it gets interesting. So that is how it looks on the connections basically. So this, like, where am I going with this one? And what is now going on with this food tracking app? Again, I think there's like many other use cases, especially in business. Like, of course, we always see a typical examples, hands-free stuff, remote assistance, for example. These get even more interesting once you have displays. So these are like many of the typical HoloLens use cases back then when HoloLens was still a thing. Rest in peace. And I think that is something where in the industrial areas, there's so much opportunity really, where you can be like, hey, what am I looking at? Okay, can you solve this? Often actually, like I saw so many crazy use cases, crazy in terms of extremely valuable. Like they save millions and millions and millions of dollars by implementing very simple, very stupid use cases actually. Like you just had a virtual overlay of a, let's say, of a machine on top of an actual machine just to check is there a mismatch or not. Like on the coding side, it's almost trivial. You're like, what the hell is this? It's not even special. But the value added for this company was like a no-brainer. The company was like, okay, this saves us a lot of time, a lot of headaches, because if one of those checkings on those machines gets wrong, we have to send it back, we have to rebuild it, and so on and so on. This is like stuff where, hey, like this use case is too simple to be useful. But that's not really how stuff works in business. And these are the things where it can get really interesting. Again, now still kind of like semi mind-blowing because you don't have a display. But for me, like the way that I see it is just like, hey, whatever I have here, I can kind of like see this, okay, that could be my display, like, like this really. And over the next few months, we have this display baked in and stuff like this. Then we have 2D displays, but then one step further, this is kind of where the bridge is coming now to XR again. It's that's just like the early stage in quotes of the Orion, of the full 6-DoF experience. So basically true XR or like AR/VR. We are now kind of like in the other side. We have these like fully immersive VR headsets. Like, okay, they're like bigger and bulkier and everything. It's not dead. Don't worry, I'm never gonna say VR is dead because that is just stupid. It's a different use case. And then on the other side of the spectrum, we have those type of glasses. I would not even call them AR glasses or any of that because they're not. And the next step is the display glasses. Still 2D, just a heads-up display. Not gonna say this is true AR before the haters come, but again, it's like step by step by step by step. Yeah, I think that is really something where I think the next development platform might be coming. I see a lot of opportunities, a lot of potential there, because these are something that, I mean, Meta is like tripling their production. I think they sold like 7 million glasses of those already, and they sold so much that they can't keep up with the production, which means that the demand is clearly there. People are buying those, people are using those also in the millions of millions. Other companies are joining, so you see like there's like a lot of momentum from these companies coming. And currently there's almost nothing available right now in that direction, in that area. And I think that is why I was so excited to see this. Like I just built this mini demo in just a few hours using Claude Code. But yeah, I think that is something that I will try out a lot. I will build different apps, just see how things go. And again, you could do this with your phone. You could go on the phone, you could take this, you could like take it out, unlock it, type it in, go to Amazon, look for the right one. Okay, put it in your cart and be done. Close it, put your phone down again. Or you just do like, done. And I think that's kind of like, maybe this seems ridiculous. Maybe it is ridiculous. I don't know. But I think these are kind of things that are just making things a little bit less friction and also a little bit more convenient. I don't know if that's the biggest benefit, to be honest. That's just like one of those things. These classes are not to be underestimated. I think there's a lot of potential there. I'm very excited about this, especially once I built my own app and everything worked. I was like kind of blown away, which happens rarely nowadays. And yeah, thank you so much. Share this with your friend, and see you next week. Also, if you have a topic suggestion, send this to me, and happy to talk about it, and see you soon. Bye bye.